Hello and welcome to Rotation Revisited with your host, me! So, my previous screencast about automatically rotating video with FFmpeg and ExifTool seems to have gone down fairly well. And I've even got somebody who has adopted my script into their own .files repository, so yay! I was super chuffed about that. However, it was that was then my main motivation for then recording this, because I have actually learnt a fair chunk about video rotation and FFmpeg in the meantime, when I discovered that the aforementioned rotate video script took forever. I discovered this when I tried to rotate a 16 gig video. It was about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, something like that, long, and it took about 2.5 hours to rotate. On an 8th Gen 6 hyper-threaded Core i7 with 16 gigs of memory? No, something is afoot here. That's not right. It shouldn't have taken that long. Doing a physical video rotation is time-consuming, but it's not that time-consuming. So, this is where my deep dive began. Now, my first mistake was assuming that the rotation metadata was a hint to say that this video is rotated, and not an instruction to say to a player, this video should be rotated. And I'll show you that here. If we have a look at my camera directory, and the actual file, the 16 gig file here, for some reason, doesn't seem to have any metadata as such in it, and I'm not sure why that is. It was recorded on the same phone as all the others. The only difference that I can think of is that in order to get that from the phone to my laptop in a way that wasn't going to take 12 years, because transferring over Wi-Fi on Android seems to be abysmally slow for some reason, was to take the file and chuck it into an uncompressed RAR archive, because it's already compressed, there's no point trying to compress it again, and then split the RAR archive into volumes, which are then all under 4 gigs and will fit on the USB stick or SD card, and then stitch those volumes back together on the computer, and I've got my original file back. But I don't see why that would have had any effect on the file contents itself. In fact, it explicitly shouldn't. So I'm not entirely sure that that is the cause of it. In fact, I don't think it is. But it's the only thing I can think that was different. So, yeah. Anywho, that's beside the point. Let's have a look at a file that is rotated. And I think, yes, this one is. Well, sorry, does have rotation metadata. Or metadata at all, quite frankly. And here we find it. There's our rotation metadata, 270. Now, I think maybe part of the issue and reason that I didn't see it was because I was using this ExifTool and I was just looking immediately for rotation. If I'd have looked just a couple of lines up, I would have seen my hint. But it was only when I was looking into more detailed use of FFmpeg that I spotted the issue, or spotted the hint, rather. I was looking at this line, stream. Now, the reason I was looking at this was because, if you'll notice here, here's my original video, 16 gigs. Here's my rotated video, 3.9 gigs. So I was inspecting the two videos and going, well, what's going on here? What changed? And it was when I was looking at this that I realised the resolution is 1920 by 1080. Now that in itself is not unusual, and probably why I didn't register with it didn't register with me, because I see that and just think, oh, it's 1080, which it is. But I was thinking, yeah, it's 1080, but it's 1080 on its side. No, this is the resolution of the video stream. There's no two ways about it. It is wider than it is tall. This is a landscape video. The rotate is an instruction. I was able to confirm that when I discovered how to force a player not to honour that instruction. Because I haven't yet found a player that doesn't honour it, though apparently they do exist. So if I say FFplay, file, and... oh, didn't need to type file. There we go, there's my portrait video. But if I say FFplay, no auto rotate, that's the file as it is. Well, isn't that annoying? All I need to do is to just blank out that piece of metadata. Now, that is way easier than transposing. And I'll show you how we do that. FFmpeg -i for our input file. I keep doing that. I need to stop doing that. You probably haven't seen me do that, but I've done that like 3 times trying to record that now. Trying to record this. I'm going to try and edit it out. Okay, FFmpeg input file. Great. So, what do we need to specify? Well, we want to set a piece of metadata, and we can do that with metadata. But there's more to it than that, because apparently you can set metadata at multiple different levels. At the container level, at the stream level, at the chapter level, and probably a few others that various other container formats support and others don't, and things like that. But we need to be specific as to what level we want the metadata to exist at. So, this is going to be stream metadata. So, we tack on that extra bit to say, this is stream metadata. Okay, stream metadata. Which stream? There are many streams. I mean, there are 2 streams in every video file. Little asterisk of unimaginable deception. Terms and conditions apply. Most videos will have a video stream and an audio stream, so there are 2 streams. So we want to say, we want to put this metadata on the video stream. Okay, which one? What do you mean, which one? Well, a video container can contain more than one video stream. I mean, DVDs have multiple camera angles, right? Okay, fine. Which one? The first one. The one with index 0. Okay, there we go. We're going to set a piece of metadata on the first video stream. What are we setting? Well, our metadata will take the form of key equals value. So, rotate equals 0. Excellent. Right. Now what? Well, we want an output file, right? So, file, and I'll just grab that, rotated meta, mp4. And hopefully this will be a nice demonstration of the next thing that I then discovered. It's taking a very long time to set a piece of metadata, don't you think? It's almost like it's re-encoding the video. But why would I do that? I didn't instruct it to, did I? Well, this is going to take a little bit longer than I'd like, so let's just cancel that. Right. What happened? Well, here's the thing. And let's have a look at some of the diagrams in the man page, because it might help. So, this is the man page of the instruction manual for FFmpeg. And one of the first things it talks about is the transcoding process for FFmpeg. We have an input file, encoded data packets, decoded frames, encoded data packets, output file. Right. So, this is the point at which any transformations would occur, like our video filters, right? So what it does is it takes an input file and it demuxes it, which is to say that it pulls the individual streams out of the file. at this point, we've forgotten all about the file that it came from. All we have are these two is a video stream and an audio stream at this point. Okay. So we've got these decoded frames. Well, we've set a piece of metadata and we've got these decoded frames. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to put them in an output file, right? What kind of output file? An MP4 output file, of course. Okay. Well, what do MP4 files look like? You haven't been specific. You haven't expressed any particular will for it to be an H.264 video, or for it to use AAC audio, or you haven't given me anything to go on here. So I'm just going to reach for one of my presets for what I think is a sensible default for an MP4. That's why it's re-encoding, because at this point it's taken the input, it's demuxed it, we've got our decoded frames. Well, that's incidental to setting metadata, but okay, we've got this. Now we need to re-encode them and put them into an output file. Is there a way that we could say to it, actually, you don't need to do anything with the streams. You don't need to decode them. Don't waste your time with that. Just copy them exactly as is. Well, yes, we can do that. If we scroll down a bit, it does say here somewhere. I don't know, let's just keep scrolling, because I know it's down here. Complex filter graphs. Okay, we don't need that. Stream copy. Stream copy is a mode selected by supplying the copy parameter to the codec option. It makes FFmpeg omit the decoding and encoding step for the specified streams. So it only does the demuxing and muxing. And notice now it's a much shorter path. We've not got any decoded frames. We've not got any of this going on. We just go straight from input, demux, packets, mux, output. And there it is. Input, demux, encoded, mux, output. So let's try specifying that it should just copy the streams exactly as is. We can say codec, copy, or just C for short. And let's try that and see how long that takes. Oh, wow, that was quick. Why was it quick? Because all it did was copy. It was no different than, a CP command, except that it changed one tiny little piece of metadata in the output file. Let's have a look at the output file. There we are, ffprobe, file, copy. Metadata, stream, anything, rotation? No rotation. Essentially 30,000 kilobits per second. Not sure why it's slightly down, maybe that's just a floating error. Oh no, this is something... Oh, the bitrate's up here. Yeah, see, I still don't really understand what most of this is, but I'm getting there. So we've still got our 1920 by 1080 stream, but this time we don't have the rotation instruction. So if we try to play that, without specifying, please don't honour the rotation instruction, if we just play it as is, there it is. It's a landscape video. Excellent. So I've got a couple of videos here that I got off my sister's iPhone. These are some cat vids because, cat. Ooh, a cat belly. Ooh, there she is. She's so cute. Okay, so let's rotate that. Same command again. Except this time, we're going to provide that file. Rotated meta. And the input is going to be that file again. Let's run that. Oh, wow, that was super quick. Okay. Now let's play that. Wait, what? Hang on. What? Oh, you little